Well, howdy everybody, and welcome to another edition of Stockshow Confidential. This week, we take you to the Oklahoma Youth Expo. You know, 2013 was a year to remember for the state of Oklahoma as tornadoes ripped through, leaving people homeless and even worse. But even in the face of adversity, Oklahomans remained strong in their stance for agriculture and youth of Oklahoma. The grandstands were packed with spectators and the animals did not disappoint. Ladies and gentlemen, stay tuned for another edition of Stockshow Confidential. This world-class exposition takes hundreds of hours of planning and coordination before a single livestock project can enter the barns. Let's hear from our friend Tyler Norvell and director of the OYE of what makes this event so special. Tyler, thanks once again for inviting us out to the OYE, the Oklahoma Youth Expo, largest youth expo anywhere in the country. I know this is your second year going into being in charge here. Tell me some of the changes that have transpired this past year.
Well, there's two main changes. First of all, we started a raffle contest where young people, when they nominate their animals in the fall, they're automatically entered. We had great sponsors donate more items. We have a $25,000 aluminum trailer, a brand new John Deere Gator, brand new John Deere lawnmower, a Honda generator, and $2,500 cash that we're going to be giving away. Drawing that everybody, no matter how you did, everybody has the opportunity to win depending on how many animals they nominated for the OYE. So that's one new thing we implemented that the young people are really, really excited about, and our sponsors want us to give, just been over backwards to help us. The other deal people won't see as much, but the ag teachers realized is we changed our loading and unloading process, and we got animals in and out of here a lot quicker this year. So I've actually got more compliments about that than anything from the ag teachers because they don't like waiting in lines.
Right. Tell me how you guys, y'all do it a little bit different here as far as kids that get to come to show here. What's the criteria, the prerequisite to get into show here?
Our only criteria here is you have to be a member of an FFA chapter or a 4-H club in the state of Oklahoma. Okay. Other than that, you're welcome to come. We limit some of the entries where you can only bring 3 bears or 3 gilts or 3 sheep, 3 goats, or 2 head of cattle just because of space issues. But other than that, it's open to any person.
What's the total number of exhibitors or total number of livestock that y'all have here?
We will have over close to 6,500 exhibitors and over 13,000 head of livestock.
What do you see are some of the biggest changes within our livestock industry as far as the quality that these kids are bringing in?
It just continues to get better and better. The genetics, the feed company's done a great job with their technology of getting it more efficient, and it just amazes me every year how tough this gets. You go to that hog arena, I mean, we're running a little behind on the hog deal today, but the reason why is the hogs are so good and the genetics are so good, and these folks have fine-tuned the feeding and what they can do. It's pretty awesome.
Every year y'all have the legislative show, and we kind of highlighted that for you guys last year, but I know that y'all did that again this year as well. And getting the legislature guys from Oklahoma, your state representatives and all them to back this show is an incredible feat. How's that coming along and what changes are kind of happening there?
Yeah, it's awesome. We had 80 legislators show up to the show, and there's 148 members or 150 in the Oklahoma legislature. 80 of them are out here, over half. We're going to have the governor tomorrow night at our Sell of Champions. So it's awesome the amount of support we have from the legislature, but they see and they invest in our program because they know that's how they get kids to be involved in agriculture, move back to the rural area, and help rural community development, because as we know, Terry, our rural communities, you know, they're not as vibrant as they have been, and we got to focus on that for the future of agriculture. I tease with people a lot, if you like to eat, you better like the OYE. Sure. And the other deal is education, scholarships. We give away a lot of scholarships, and our public officials know that the scholarships given through the Oklahoma Youth Expo have to be spent here in the state of Oklahoma. If we can keep our young people home to go to college, they're going to stay here and they're going to work. Sure. So our program to them is an investment in human capital.
One of the important things at any livestock show, obviously, is the quality of judges that you get to come to your show, and you guys have some great judges that come in here. How do you decide which guys that you want to come to the OYE?
We want as much input as we can possibly get. It was one of the things I was excited about, the opportunity to work with judges and select judges, but I didn't realize how challenging it would be, because you want to get somebody that knows the livestock industry, that's great with kids and that's going to come do a good, honest job and be articulate. And it's tough. It stresses you to pick the right person because you want to get those kids the best chance. You want every kid, regardless who walks in that ring, to have the same chance. And we really focus on doing that here, and thankfully we've been successful. But how we do that is we would get lists from the ag teachers, from the county agents, ranking judges who they would like to see. We also get them from our committees here in each species at the OYE. We'll call around and ask other shows about, have you used this person? What do you think of them? Have they done a good job? And at the end of the day, our board of directors go in, and we have a committee on the board of directors that selects our judges and has final say. So there's a lot of input from a lot of people.
You know, one of the neat things about the OYE is also the way that you treat some of the kids with disabilities, and y'all don't limit those kids. You know, we see them a lot, whether it be in the pig ring and the calf ring and the goat ring or the sheep ring. We see a lot of that.
Yeah, you know, what's great about the livestock shows across the country, not only here at OYE, is that no matter how athletic you are, how good looking you are, when you walk in that ring, everybody has the same chance. It depends on the kind of hard work and responsibility you put into taking care of that animal. But we've had a young lady in a wheelchair that's unfortunately doesn't have any arms or legs that showed a sheep this week. We had a young man with cerebral palsy that went in with his walker and showed a York Bear in Class 4. I mean, it just tugs at your heart, and many other things throughout the years, and that's what I'm really proud of, what we've been able to do with Kids for Disabilities.
Well, I want to thank you for inviting us back to the OYE. It's always a pleasure. We're always treated great here. Congratulations on another successful year.
We appreciate you.
You bet. Thanks. Well, friends, be sure and check out StockshowConfidential.com, our Breeders' Corner. We have the top lamb, goat, pig, and cattle breeders listed there. Check it out. This week, we'd like to showcase some of the top breeders listed there. Essential Show Feeds is here to help you get the maximum genetic potential out of your animal with the most sound nutrition and wide variety of supplements to allow you to mold and shape your animal to its ideal form. You can check them out, EssentialShowFeeds.com. V8 Ranch is home to some of the world's finest American Brahma cattle. With a rich heritage of Brahma cattle breeding, they're proud to be one of the oldest continually operating Brahma herds in existence in the United States. V8 cattle are known for their conformation, muscling, fertility, breeding characteristics, carcass traits, efficiency, and that signature V8 style. V8ranch.com. If you'd like to be part of this exciting opportunity to showcase your breeding program or have an upcoming sale that you would like to promote, contact me at Terry at StockshowConfidential.com.
You load them up, you head them out, you load them off again. Showing is tough, but it's everything in between that knocks livestock off their appetite. Get them ready for the show ring with the industry's leading 1-2 punch, Sure Champ and VitaCharge. Fortified with Amifirm, Sure Champ contains the right balance of minerals and vitamins to maintain a strong, steady appetite, to keep your livestock looking and feeling their best. And VitaCharge stimulates appetite after those long road trips or times of stress and gets your livestock back on track. Sure Champ and VitaCharge. More wins, more appetite. Learn more at SureChamp.com.
Each and every week on Stock Show Confidential, we're going to highlight one of the many Sunglow product users on our featured Sunglow Spotlight. On this week's Sunglow Spotlight, we'd like to shine the spotlight on Carter Hogue from Good Hope, Illinois. Congratulations, Carter. Welcome back to Stock Show Confidential and the 2013 Oklahoma Youth Expo. Let's head over to the goat arena and hear from our goat judge, Mr. Marty Gibbs. Marty, you just got through with the goat show here. You announced the grand champion today. Let's talk about the quality of goats that you've seen here at the OYE.
I was extremely surprised, to be honest. The goat quality was really good. The top 8 that came out of those divisions were awful good, but there was a lot of goats that went back to the barn also that were awful good. The goat that won the show today is one that is extremely competitive anywhere you go in the state. My kids' show in Texas, I've had the opportunity to judge a lot of shows in Texas, the State Fair of Texas, New Mexico State Fair. This goat was really good. He's a very competitive goat, probably what the industry's going to and looking for now. Lots of muscle in this goat, lots of quality to him, and the young lady did a super job presenting it.
Do you see any changes that can be made to make these goats better? I mean, this thing has just increased incredibly in the last 5 to 6 years. Is there another level that we can go to?
I think the next level, you know, when this thing really kicked off 8 to 10 years ago, we were trying to find goats that had muscle in them. We were trying to find goats that had a little structure to them. Now we're there, and I think they can really start fine-tuning these goats and really get them even better in the future by making them more complete. We're not looking for pieces anymore, we're looking for the complete package now.
I go back and look at pictures from my daughter. She's 26 now, but she started showing goats at 10, and we go back and look at those pictures when she first started, and you wouldn't even bring one of those goats into the barn now.
That's true, that's true. That shows how fast the industry's changed. They've really come a long way, even in the last 2 years, to make things much better, and the goat industry's really fairly young compared to many of the other species that we show.
Talk about the OYE. What did you think of the award ceremony tonight?
Extremely impressive. I don't know that I've ever seen anything like it. They do a super job for these kids, and really the most impressive thing about it is it's all about the kids, and they do everything they can to make them feel special. Those kids walking out of that limousine tonight with those lights blaring on them, that's got to be really special and something they'll remember for the rest of their life. I certainly will as a judge.
Well, one of the things that we were fortunate enough to do this year was God made a Stockshow kid video, and this is a prime example of these young people that are going to be representing us in this industry for many, many years to come.
That's right, absolutely. These kids are really top-notch, good kids. They have such good behavior and manners and do a super job.
Jim Williams said that earlier. He said the boys look like boys and the girls look like girls.
That's true, and you don't always find that in a lot of places. That's one of the unique things about Oklahoma and Texas and some of these places. We do create kids that are really good.
Yeah. Marty, thanks for joining us on Stockshow
You
Confidential.
bet.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Stockshow Confidential is brought to you by the following sponsors: Sullivan Show Supply and Stockshow University, Sure Champ, Sunglow Feeds, 5 Star Ford, Justin Discount Boots and Cowboy Outfitters, Bea Trailers, Livestock Livestock, and StockshowConfidential.com. For the ultimate in show cattle transportation, look no further than the EB Rough Deck with the Final Drive option package. They'll put you in command of the road and the show. With the same construction on gates, floors, latches, and doors as the EB commercial semi-trailers, you can be sure your trailer will not only look great, but perform like a champ for years to come. Check out EB's full line at your local dealer or on their website, www.mheb.com. Make my first choice in livestock trailers yours too, EB Trailers. Well, we saw an incredible feat here tonight at the OYE. A young lady by the name of Destiny Johnson walks out with the Grand Champion Lamb and Grand Champion Goat. Destiny, tell me what it was like to be the first person to ever win both of those events here at the OYE.
Amazing. I really didn't expect this to happen. It was great.
You know, talk about your goat and your lamb, how long you've had those and who you got them from and why you decided on them.
My goat I got from Jared Schneeberger. He's probably had him for probably about 6 or 7 months. My dad actually went goat shopping without me to pick him out, and he called me. He said, "I hope you're willing to spend money today because I just bought a goat." And I was thinking to myself, "You gotta be kidding me. A goat, really, Dad?" And then a couple minutes later he called and he was like, "Yeah, we bought another goat." And I was thinking, oh Lord. Got the first one home and I was kind of iffy about him, and then we got him home and he was just so tiny and so adorable. I just fell in love with him, and he's just kind of been my buddy since then. And then the sheep, we got him from Brian Johnson. He's my uncle. He was the weird one of the bunch. He never really fit in. He was always smaller than everybody else and kind of got picked on and kind of got picked over a few times. Nobody wanted him because he was a little baby, and we ended up with him, and this is where he took us.
He wasn't very wanted by anybody as a baby. He didn't walk very well. And I think what it taught me was minor flaws. You can't just look over them for a minor flaw like that. You never know what's going to happen in the future, and you always got to keep your head up. I named him Yoda. He has a rather goofy face, so I gave him a rather goofy name.
I love that. Well, congratulations for this success and more to come.
Thank you.
So maybe you and that goat have something in common because dynamite comes in small packages.
Yep.
Tell me what it means to be involved in the FFA organization and what that's taught you.
A lot of responsibility, and especially after tonight, it teaches you that hard work is hard while you're doing it, but when it comes to moments like this, it's worth every second of it. So, and you can't give up, because I've wanted to be in this Hummer for the 7 years I've been showing and didn't give up. And my first ride, look where it ended up.
Absolutely. You know, as we sit here and look at these trophies, and again, it's the only time in history that that's ever happened at the OYE for someone to come in here and win both Grand Champion Goat and Grand Champion Lamb.
It was definitely a moment.
What was one of the things that your dad first told you whenever you came out of the ring? I know he had to have something special to say to you.
I don't think he was really talking because he was in shock. When I walked out of the ring, I didn't really see my dad for probably 20, 30 minutes. I just, in the back of my mind, he passed out. He's not going to be back here for a while. There's no need to worry about him. He finally showed up though, but it was just a moment where I saw him and we just had to like grab each other and hold on, because that was just great, because this is what me and my dad do together. This is our thing, and it was just amazing.
I understand that you spend a lot of time in the barns working with these animals, so this doesn't come easy. You have to work at it.
It 3 or 4 hours a night, and it's crazy. Sometimes you don't get to do the things you want to go do, especially as a teenager. You know, you want to go to the movies or you want to go bowling, and sometimes you just have to make sacrifices and hope they pay off.
Paid off big for you today.
Yes, it has, very big.
What else do you do in your spare time? You talked about doing some of those, but talk to me some of the things that you do at school in your spare time.
A lot of FFA stuff. I'm on the livestock judging team. I've given a couple speeches, especially the animals are a big part of everything. I really don't do much else. This is just this is my thing. This is where I do all my stuff. There's a lot of people that play sports and do this, and this is my thing. I don't really play sports.
Well, you're a prime example of the young people of Oklahoma, and I commend you for the outstanding job that you did out in the show ring. It was an incredible feat to watch you show both animals, so congratulations.
Thank you.
Introducing Mackstrim, a new all-natural highly concentrated liquid colostrum specially formulated to deliver stronger and healthier livestock. Our colostrum comes from local grade A American dairy farms to ensure your animal's the most effective product available on the market. With the immune system and GI tract supercharged, our 4 natural growth factors will help increase muscle and bone tissue development faster than ever before. Get the natural advantage with Mackstrim.
Well, welcome back to Stockshow Confidential. For the first time, we had the privilege of interviewing a governor on one of our shows. Ladies and gentlemen, the governor of Oklahoma, Miss Mary Fallin. Well, here with Governor Mary Fallin from the great state of Oklahoma. You know, as you can hear in the background, a lot of excitement here at the OYE. Tell me how you got involved with the OYE and what it means to you.
Well, this is one of the most important shows that we have for our youth and agriculture in the state of Oklahoma. I've actually been involved in this show, I think, for about 16 years now. When I started back when I was lieutenant governor, and then I went to Congress for a while and came back as governor, so I've been a long-time supporter. It's very important for not only our agriculture sector in our state, but it's important for youth and leadership. It's important for future generations of farmers and ranchers in our state. It helps with leadership skills with our youth, teaching them hands-on experience of how to be responsible for an animal, how to take care of it, how to manage money, how to groom it and come out and compete and show and basically be a young business person. So it's a wonderful program, and of course the expo itself raises money for scholarships, and we've been able to send over 1,000 of our students to colleges, which is one of my top goals, is having a more highly skilled educated workforce.
And that's one of the important things about what the OYE does. It's not only putting money in the kids' pocket, but the scholarship program that they do here is second to none. This is one of the top events anywhere in the country. We travel the entire United States, and I can tell you the OYE takes a second seat to no one.
Well, I tell you what makes this successful is the community of the state of Oklahoma. There are so many people here who give generously in buying the animals, sponsoring this youth event. There's over 100 volunteers that work to put this youth expo together, and they spend countless hours. And so there are people here who are helping to sponsor these animals today. Some are in the agriculture industry, some are not. Some are just being good civic citizens that are giving back so we can help once again further educate our youth, build the agriculture industry, which is very important to Oklahoma. And of course, I got a little bit of a vested interest in this. My husband grew up as a fourth-generation farmer and rancher in the state of Oklahoma, and we still have our farm and ranch, and he showed animals. I've seen all of his pictures, when he was a young boy showing his animals at the Youth Expo, and he was very involved as a star farmer in the FFA, and so it's an important program to me personally.
But as we travel the entire United States and we go to a lot of major stock shows, I can personally tell you this is the first time that the governor of the state has shown up for a major stock show.
Well, I come to this every year. It's fun. And in fact, for me, it's very encouraging to see our youth and to see the pride that is shown when our youth, compete, when they win, and just to see them take care of their animals. I mean, they are really learning hands-on responsibility, being a good leader, a civic responsibility, personal responsibility. And it's so important to the future generations of Oklahomans in our state. And I'm just proud of the way Oklahoma encompasses this event, makes it successful year after year. In fact, I heard they had one of the largest attendance ever at this particular show. And it's always exciting and fun, and it's just a great program for our state.
Well, Tyler Norvell and Jimmy and Bob, they've done a tremendous job in working with the whole state of Oklahoma. I want to personally thank you for taking time from your busy schedule to visit with us. Governor Fallin, it's always a pleasure. Good luck, and thank you very much.
Welcome to Oklahoma, and come back again.
We'll do that. Thank you. Friends, that's going to do it from Oklahoma City and the Oklahoma Youth Expo. We'd like to extend a very special thank you to Tyler Norvell and his staff. Oklahoma is a proud agricultural state, and it shows. Until next time, I'm Terry Jordan saying, here's hoping that we'll see you in the winner's circle.
All done. 63,000 on him here, not in anybody. All done. 63, will you? Tisbit, 63, what do you say, Chisholm? Honey, all done. I sold the grand steer, 62,000 on him.
Closed captioning brought to you by Stand Alone Feeds.